Join us at Pole Pole, where Dorcas Utkovich shows us a new perspective of what the African community is doing now.
Hello, welcome to our home right here at Pole Pole in the heart of Melbourne City. I'm your host, Dorcas Utkovich, and this is Oz African TV. Today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, healing through self-love. And to discuss this in the tent, I will be joined by Coco Nkrumah, who is the spiritual teacher and founder of Reality Based Mindfulness. Also coming through is the wonderful artist and healer, Nehanda Rusere, who is here to not only share her inspiring story, but she will also treat us to a live performance. And then we'll go around town to see what's happening in the community. But before all that, let's go to the kitchen and join Chef Stolley. Hey, Chef Stolley.
Hi.
Hey, what are you making today?
Oh, I want to make a warm black barley salad with scorched cauliflower. It's nutritious and very tasty.
Scotched, do you mean like that's burnt?
Yeah, we burn it just to bring out the natural nutty flavor in cauliflower, and pairs really well with the nutty and sweetness of black barley.
Awesome, sounds delicious. While you get started, let's go to meet my first guest. What does it take to love yourself, to realize your self-worth, and shine the light within you? A lot of hard work and determination, according to my first guest today. To discuss her personal and most inspiring story, joining me now is Nehanda Rusere. Hello, Queen.
Hello.
Hello. I'm so happy we finally get to do this. For those who don't know you yet, there's a lot of people who know you anyway. Tell us who you are and what you do.
So I am a young Zimbabwean-born woman based in Melbourne who went on a journey of self-exploration and discovered a lot of gifts, and now I have completely transformed my life. I'm a dancer, a healer, a writer, and a model, and my purpose is really to help other women reach this place of self-love and embodiment and just juiciness.
Juiciness, girl, juicy. I love that. But you know, like I remember when I first saw you perform, you spoke so easily about yourself, about your story, and the confidence, and you know, you lit up the room. But this has not always been the case in your life. You've dealt with low self-esteem. You've dealt with body image issues, and there was even a point where you wished you were white. And you know, like, take us there. Just tell me about that time in your life.
So that kind of started, I suppose, in my 20s when I left Zimbabwe and I went to South Africa and New York and then ended up in Australia. And during that time, I was figuring out who am I as a woman. And I started taking the images that were around me in the external world of what a black woman should be. And you know, all I was seeing is she had to be as white as possible. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna be as white as possible to be accepted. And it didn't work out so well for me. And during that time, I developed mental health issues. I also experienced trauma when I was a little girl, which then led to me creating really dysfunctional relationships. So attracting partners that were psychologically abusive, emotionally abusive. I was, sexually traumatized. It was a whole list of things that led to me having alcohol problems, drug problems, just really wanting to not be here anymore because I was in such a dark place and feeling so lost. And that went on until 2012 when I quit my job in IT and decided that I'd rather be dead than continue living the way that I was living, and I was going to do whatever it took to heal.
And you know, what did it take for you to be here, to be in this amazing space?
It's taken a lot of tears. A lot of tears, a lot of determination and will to just be the best version of myself. And once you make that decision, it's like nothing can stop you. And you have so much reinforcement, like you watch your life getting better and better at each stage. There's really no going back.
No.
It's just one way and it's up.
Oh yeah. And tell us your practice, because you know, to get there, obviously part of the hard work and you know, with the tears and everything, it's you going in certain places, using certain techniques and practices. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your practice?
Well, first practice is meditation. That was the first thing I learned, and it's really hard, but it is so worth it. It is the one thing that helps me stay centered. Yoga, Kundalini yoga particularly, yin yoga. I do a lot of dancing as well in nature. And I sort of have a rule. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I set my intentions for how I want to use my energy for the day. And I spend time aligning with my soul. So that means having time to just be quiet. And when I don't do that, I don't usually have very good days. It's kind of like I'm all over the place and I'm scattered. So having that commitment, that's the hard work.
And you mentioned a little bit that your purpose is to help others, find this kind of way. And I know you use your art to heal. Can you tell us how that works?
So I noticed whenever I danced or I wrote something, I shared an intimate perspective or something I was just contemplating on social media, that it really helped a lot of other people going through the exact same thing. And I realized that words are a very powerful medium for healing. So are pictures, because pictures can help us form a new reality and a new perspective of a new way of being. So I use my modeling as ceremony. So I do ceremony before I do a photo shoot, and I have intention of what is it, what kind of aspect of the feminine do I want to portray in this, and how can this heal other people? And then it just comes through me. And that's how I use art as a form of healing, because art is a universal language, but it's all healing for you, and it's also healing for other people. And I feel once you've been on a journey of self-love, naturally you want to take other people on the journey with you.
And I know that, without getting too personal, I know that you're in a really beautiful space right now. In comparison to what you've experienced in the past, what advice would you give to yourself at that time when you were going through that, which, somebody else might be going through right now?
I think surrender and acceptance of the situation in every moment is how you get through the dark times, because right now I am in a very good space. I'm in love. And but at the same time I still have challenges. The difference is now when I'm going through challenges, I go into a witness perspective. So I witness myself going through challenges and difficulties, and how you deal with stuff changes. So now I come into a space of acceptance a lot quicker. What I would say to the younger me is just keep expressing and keep making art, and just accept where you're at in every moment.
Oh, wonderful. Oh my God, thank you so much. It's been amazing. I know your story goes way deeper than that. I wish we had more time, but I really appreciate you, and I hope, your story touches somebody, because these things are very important. So thank you.
Thank you, Dorcas, for having me. And I do hope that for all of you who are going through a difficult time or struggle, I really encourage you to just dig deep and transform your life, because you can, and you're here to shine.
Oh, shine on. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Be sure to stick around, because this beautiful woman right here is going to perform for us a little bit later. But for now, let's go and meet my next guest. At some point in our lives, we realize that some things are far more important than others. These may include self-love, inner peace, pure joy, and more. There are many ways to reach this desired state, but of note is mindfulness and meditation. I'm so excited today to be joined by one of the great spiritual teachers and founder of Reality Based Mindfulness, Coco Nkrumah. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Dorcas. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now let's start from the top.
Yep.
Tell us about yourself and the work that you do.
Okay, so I teach mindfulness and mindfulness meditation. So I operate reality-based mindfulness, and we do consultations and sessions with people one-on-one and in small groups outdoors to help people de-stress and get a sense of sort of contentment and satisfaction by practicing mindfulness and mindfulness meditation.
Sounds good. But for those who don't know, what is mindfulness, and meditation? Can you break that down for us?
My favorite sort of working definition is mindfulness is an experience, because that implies that it's not something to be thought about. And so it's about just being aware. Yeah.
Just being there and being aware of where
being
you are.
aware of all the beauty and the drama of life, and changing our relationship to it, so we can move through life a bit more smoother and calmer, and really live our lives out to the fullest.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for quite a long time, right?
Yeah, well, I have a background in Chinese meditation, Qigong and martial arts. So I started training in my early teens. So trained for about 7 or so years in the Eastern styles of meditation, and some Zen Buddhist meditation. And the more I searched, the more sort of simpler the process sort of was for me. So started to not focus on the modalities as such in the practices, but actually my experience here and now, and it led me to what we call mindfulness these days.
Yeah. And what prompted you, in your life, in your personal life, to get into this kind of lifestyle? Because it's quite specific.
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, I have I guess a curiosity, but also through I had a brother who passed away quite young, and I've had my fair share of ups and downs and addiction and things like that. So there was a curiosity, and also, well, how does this work with suffering, and when do I make it, and when is everything happy and sunshine, lollipops and roses? And I started to find that really this is it. And the more we can get comfortable with this right now, and enjoy what's happening now, and enjoy our progress right now, the more we find that sense of satisfaction.
How does your practice, or within your organization, differ from others in the mainstream, or others that are available out there?
Yeah, so we do all our stuff outdoors. So we model our service on almost like a personal trainer, because we do it outdoors. And when we're outside, I like to say we have a mindful workout. We've got a gym all around us. So we use the different senses to get us into the moment. So they're our points of meditation. So we don't need, incense, and we don't need to go on retreats. We don't need to go to India or China to do this. It's all happening right now.
Yeah. And in our community, in the African community, how, why do you think it's important to introduce this kind of lifestyle?
Well, I think it's really, it's very, very relevant, and it's non-religious too. And there's a lot of issues that everyone faces, Afro-Australians, and, issues of identity and prejudice and stuff like that. So it gives us a chance to step back and learn how to, in whatever situation we're encountering, respond to situations instead of react to situations too, especially with other people. And also, the way I like to teach it is to make it relevant, to make it something that is just self-care. It's not this esoteric spiritual pursuit, which I think is really going to get on board with a younger generation, and hopefully Afro-Australians.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And for anyone out there who's watching right now, and they really want to get started into this amazing sounding lifestyle, what are some of your top tips or exercises that you can give them that they can do at home before they even join your program?
Yep, great. Well, the first thing to understand is that because we are already aware, me and you are not in deep sleep right now, we're not knocked out, we're not unconscious, half the work's already done. So all we're really trying to do is move the clouds out a bit and then see what we're experiencing now. So a really great tip is sounds are really good. So just to listen to a sound, you could be sitting in an office, or in your backyard, or even the kids may be playing around. So just to focus on that sound and really let your ears do the work. Don't try to interpret the sound or tell a story about it, or have a visual thought about the sound. So very easy, but can be a little bit difficult.
Yeah. And I know breathing exercises are very important in this kind of lifestyle. Do you touch on that at all in your practice?
Yeah, we do. We do some breathing stuff too. I'm very a strong believer of not forcing the breath, and just noticing the sensation of the breath.
Like you said, you go to anyone, you can, it's almost like a personal trainer kind of thing.
Yeah.
How far do you go around Melbourne? Like
Anywhere.
Anywhere?
Anyone who's willing to give it a shot, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just see what happens if they actually try this stuff. And especially when you're in your own home, or are outdoors and things like that. You know, we're in these environments all the time, so it can get a bit mundane or it's just an everyday thing. But once you learn that you can practice anywhere, you know, you've got so many opportunities around you, so you don't have to be in that particular, you know, a meditation hall to actually do this. And, you know, you become your own teacher, and everything around you is a lesson, so to speak. Yeah.
Wow, sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I might, you know, hit you up and
maybe in a
might
park
do
doing some
something.
sessions. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was really amazing.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. If you would like to find out more about today's show, jump on our website and connect with us on our social media pages. We have so much more coming on the show, but for now, let's make a quick stop in the kitchen. I see you've made quite the progress. Tell me what you've done.
Well, we've boiled the black barley for 45 minutes, roughly chopped the herbs and vegetables, and now we just got to toss it up with a nice mint and lime dressing. Then we'll serve it up with some skate fish.
That sounds yummy. And you can cook with us by jumping on our website to get a list of ingredients. And while you're there, feel free to connect with us on social media using hashtags AusAfricanTV, AusAfrican, and A New Perspective. And now, as promised, Nehanda Rusere is going to treat us to a live performance. I just want to do this. That was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you so much for performing. Do you want to tell us about the piece that you just did?
Yeah, I did that piece recently when I was going through quite a dark place the last month.
Yeah.
Coming back from Barley to Melbourne and then having to face some inner child stuff that I was healing.
Yes.
So I could be more in my playfulness and just that piece is about the part of us that is this shadow dancer.
Yes.
That is the negative part that tries to bring us down.
Yeah.
The inner darkness sometimes. And yeah, that piece is about returning back to the innocence and facing that and not being afraid of that part of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. I feel so blessed that you came here and performed for us. So thank you so much. Thank you. And for now, we're going to go out to the streets of Melbourne and see what's happening there. And now I'm joined by the gorgeous Petition Chinyemba, who is not only a previous winner of Africa's Got Talent, but she's also the co-coordinator of this year's competition. Welcome, Petition.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Now, do you want to tell me a little bit about your journey into Africa's Got Talent? How did you get into it and where you're at now?
Yeah, sure. I joined Africa's Got Talent in 2014. I was a contestant, and I won. And then in 2016, that's when I joined the new team that we had with Fraser as the event coordinator. And from there, I've just been working with Africa's Got Talent, and I do almost everything. My phone has been blowing up like literally every hour or every 30 minutes. There's someone calling me, oh my God, can you tell me a bit more about this show? How can I buy the tickets? And you just give them the same information, and then someone else calls and you give them the same.
But it's good.
But it's good though.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Look, I came up with the idea and quickly got excited and shared it with the committee. And immediately we said, yep, this is something that has to happen to showcase really African Australian talent and African talent in general. We could start the new Motown, the Meltown, if you like, in Melbourne, where African Australians could really showcase their talent, take leadership in that, and this could actually develop an opportunity not only in terms of showcasing talent, but also could become a commercial success.
Tonight we are showcasing the talent of the young emerging African Australian artists at the city of Bringbank.
Thank you so much for that. And what are you guys looking forward to most tonight?
Just the whole range of different dance and culture that we see. I think we want to see from all the young people their talents. We really want to see it.
Oh, and no, and here we go.
And I'm going to make the world a better place. I am going to be a police officer.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Okay, oh my God, you were amazing.
So much.
The crowd was going crazy for you.
Oh, I couldn't even take it. Like, it was incredible. Like, I didn't even expect it. Like, I actually forgot lines. Like, I forgot words in the actual performance, and it just worked out.
I'm just so pleased. I'm so wild just to see the raw talent in here, and looking forward to seeing them achieve great things in Australia, in our home that we call Australia now.
And you can see or you can hear the crowd really cheering. It's not jeering, it is cheering.
Now baby, run, 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 so fast, baby, run, come, look
I feel like people that are in like the industry of music, they get most of the say, and like I want to take my talent to a certain level where I could actually talk some, serious stuff and maybe make a little bit of a change.
Love holds me down, but won't let me in.
I'm going to be the nicest judge I can be and be supportive, because that's our job.
We're looking for someone basically who's going to be an ambassador, who's going to, spread out the news. Spread out the good message and the passion. Have passion.
Yeah, just the whole arts in a nutshell.
The winner of 2017's Africa's Got Talent is Faith.
Guys, thank you so much for coming today. It's been a blessing to have you guys here.
Thank you. Very grateful to be here.
Thank you so much. So honored.
You know, and to you, thank you for watching. Let's do this again real soon. And remember, if you want to find out about everything that happened on the show today, jump on our website. From all of us, it's love and light.